around the time we were making videos, maybe Rage or some video game did a promo where like users could click and shoot a real machine gun at like a car in the desert or something. I remember something like that happening. I have no memory. That's actually not a bad idea either. If you can control a gun from, I might have some.
We'll give you control of this Reaper.
That's the future. That would be the best, because I feel like we don't have our I'm sure the guys controlling the drones are really good at it. But dude, you've seen Twitch. There's some gamers out there.
Have you seen The Last Starfighter, the movie?
Of course I have. It's exactly what I'm talking about.
Yeah. For people who haven't, there was a movie in the 1980s. And this is back when video games were like consoles you stood in front of at like restaurants and arcades. It turned out this one game in particular wasn't just a random game. It was put there by aliens to select the best pilot on Earth.
The galaxy.
The galaxy. Yeah. So
these machines are on planets everywhere.
These machines are all over the universe. Galaxy, I don't know. And they're getting people from all these different, I don't know, races, species. I get them mixed up a little bit, but like humans and non-humans and whatever.
Yeah.
And this one guy, a teenager from like Missouri or something, was just really good at this video game. So the aliens came down, trained him up, put him in a spaceship, and I forget something. They all got wiped out except him. So he became the last starfighter.
They put him in like the super duper prototype. Like we got one of these bitches, and you don't even know. It's like it's the F-22 Raptor of space, and everybody else is in 3rd gen MiGs. It's a bad day for the enemy team because he's got like a rotating cockpit where like the sort of structure of the like craft stays the same, but the whole cockpit like rotates so that he can like turn around and shoot behind him, and like he's got a co-pilot who's like a weird like doo-doo faced alien guy.
I never saw it. Is it virtual that he's playing? And he's playing a game?
So it starts off and he's at a console outside his trailer park, and he's like new high score. They come down and kidnap him, and they put him in a real spacecraft. But then shit goes wrong. Enemy takes out the whole starbase, and now it's just him and his co-pilot, and they got to take on the whole evil galactic empire.
Wait, is that South Park episode with Kenny playing the video game? I had no idea that was like referencing a movie.
Well, there's Ender's Game as well.
Ender's Game is really cool. I read the book and then I watched the movie. I like that concept. Is like, I don't know, it's a Twilight Zone episode. It probably could have been that instead of a whole movie.
I like the reality. Do you guys remember Beyond? He was a very good Call of Duty player, and the 3 was
actually, sure, yeah.
Anyway, like early on, it was like Hutch, Blame Truth, and Beyond was like one of them. He was very, very good at video games. Anyway, he left and started flying drones for the Navy. And I'm like, they don't know what they got with this guy. He is really good. And I think he was a better drone pilot than his peers.
I just wish that Summit would be like, all right, guys, today's stream sponsored by the U.S. Air Force. We're going to be taking control of this Reaper drone. I'm told we're at, what's the latitude, longitude? Yeah, right above Pakistan right now. They have no idea we're here. Well, if they're watching the stream, they didn't know stream snipe in Pakistan. We actually disabled the stream in their country. So fuck you, Pakistan. Here we go.
I'm going to ask everyone to refrain from using text to speech for the next few minutes. This is top secret. Please.
All right. Donos in the chat if you want me to take out the nuclear centrifuge.
Like some guys just leaving like R. Just like where they say
poggers. They take out the nuclear centrifuge. Fucking poggers in the chat. Poggers in the chat.
I didn't know that tiny little like hat looking key is called a circumflex, I guess. And so no, it does not on my 6. I don't know. It just a little top, like a rice farmer hat.
On the 8 for me.
Okay. I guess it is on the 8. So the text to speech person says that is a circumflex, and so during all of Fish Tank, like there would be like 5-minute long messages with nothing but that, because it's like 3 syllables you can get from one tiny thing. Just circumflex. And they do it in black guy voice, which is funny. Like circumflex, and just do that over and over. Made me laugh. What the fuck's a circumflex?
It's crazy.
I always wanted navigation with like Sam Jackson navigation. I think would make a long drive. Or even if you were like a delivery driver, UPS guy, I'd love to hit turn left, motherfucker. God damn, it's traffic.
He's always like late on telling you turn left in 15 feet.
Like, it's like Samuel L. Jackson. You could get like a lot of different people on Waze when they would do those things. You just don't update your app.
Yeah,
I didn't know you could do that.
Do you have to pay to get Arnold on Waze? I think
if they would run a promotional thing when like a movie would be going on, is like, oh, the new thing or whatever, and you just download that voice as a.
I would like that, honestly. I've got a like a cold British lady. Turn left at the next intersection.
You can use an Australian guy.
Dude.
Yeah,
I use Australian guy. I drive a F-150, and it just seems like that's what his voice should be.
Yeah, and it's more jovial than like a.
Most of your thoughts are made here, mate.
Maybe.
Turn right here if you wish. You know, like
whatever.
Life's an adventure. You know, we can keep going straight if you prefer. Like options there. Whereas like a cold, kind of shrewd British bitch. No, thank you.
Back to McDonald's again.
Or like a nanny 911 vibe. I don't want that.
And it's usually triggered by a fucking YouTube video with like a war veteran talking about like the shit that
I served in a company.
Yeah, some shit like that. He'll be like, I thought we was all dead, and then Mikey stood up. He was still alive, and he had the Bren gun. And them Germans never seen him come. And I'm sitting there like, get him, Mikey. I'm like tearing up, feeling sad. Like that's the Gaston clip from Band of Brothers when that one guy is like talking about how cold Baston was. Sometimes it'd be a cold night. And my wife would say, oh, it's cold. She'll come to bed. And I say, at least it ain't like Baston, though. Baston was cold. And it's like, that doesn't really get me. But the grandpa I served with a company of heroes thing, even when Taylor says it, I'm like,
yes, Taylor does it too well. You need to stop.
It's so
Grandpa,
funny.
Were you a hero in the war?
And it was very heroic. And man, I cry on almost every single one of those stories, especially the ones on YouTube, because these old men who fought in Korea will be there, and it's just like that Band of Brothers thing when he's like, do it, Taylor. The whole thing.
My grandson asked me, Grandpa, were you a hero in the war? Grandpa said no. But I served in a company of heroes. And then it plays the sad music, and he's just this old man, and he'd had all these remarkable achievements, and he's so humbled by the sacrifice of his men.
Just you saying that brought back those memories, and I teared up. If you'd done it another time back to back, I'd have cried. Grandpa says
no. But I served in a company of heroes.
The one that
yes.
Every time I watch Medal of Honor stories, I like half of those will make me cry because the stuff the guys do is always so ridiculous. Like I remember the one Vietnam one where they have to hold it out against some overwhelming force, and he had like an artillery piece that he was firing point blank with beehive rounds, and like they kept shooting him off his gun, his artillery piece, but he kept getting back. He's like, and I just thought, Lord, let me fire one more at him, and I'd get back up, load the big boy, and give him them beehives, and he'd scatter. He'd kill a dozen of them a shot. They'd shoot me again, and I'd say, Lord, let me shoot one more. He just kept letting me shoot till I was all out. And then I looked across the way, and they wasn't no more Vietnamese. But I heard a boy crying. He was on the other side of the river. My legs was so shut up I couldn't swim no more, but they was a raft. And I got on that rubber raft, and I started paddling with my arms because they'd still work. It's shit like that. Like he got to the other side.
Then I realized that whatever God the Vietnamese pray to is fake as hell. Jesus Christ guided my bullets right into the brains of those humans.
He's like shooting around.
Said, Lord, help me to put down this rice farmer who's upset with our invasion. And he ghoulishly put his children behind his back. And he begged me in his goofy speak.
I said, Lord, guide me to the village that these men came from here today. Let me find their families and fall upon them with your righteous
And the Lord
love.
brought down his cleansing fire.
No, I love that shit.
I cry for less, man. I'll cry for fucking cartoons winning a battle.
I definitely. I don't think I cried at Avengers Endgame when Captain America gets the hammer and everything and goes ham on Thanos, but I could have.
I did. Oh shit!
I definitely could have cried.
I've seen it 100 times.
Dude, yeah, it's a great fucking scene. We talk about it all the time, but it really is. Like anything like that will get me.
Real good. Oh, Green Mile.
Green Mile. Yeah,
Green Mile makes me very, very sad.
Very little
so
victory in
so
Green Mile. I won't cry at that.
I don't want to watch it because I know I'm going to be so mad at Percy and how he treats.
That guy's a great actor.
He is a great actor. He made me hate him as much as I hated Joffrey ever. Probably more. Actually, not even close. I hate Percy more than I hate Joffrey. Like Percy is so despicable in that movie. Man, what a great film! Oh, have you not seen Green Mile?
It's been a while.
It's so
another Stephen King adaptation.
Oh, what? I know we were talking about what was the pilot TV show?
Masters of the Air.
Masters of the Air. One problem I have, I lean on Jackie so heavy for this. They are all the same age. They are all white, and they are all men. They look identical to me.
It's World War II.
Every fucking one of them is an identical actor. You could swap them around. I'd have no idea. It is rough.
I saw a black guy on the poster, so I'm sure he's coming at some point. He's probably going to be one of those Tuskegee Airmen.
Not in the first 4, but I saw it too.
Yeah, I was surprised that they didn't find a way to he's as white as any of us, and sneak him in anyway. Like the sergeant be like, looks white to me, and rubber stamp, let him in, like the only Negro who served in the Western forces. Whitey Chalk.
Whitey Chalky.
I met a World War II pilot. This guy was pretty cool. I think he took me for a flight in his World War II era plane. It had 18 cylinders, this radial engine going everywhere. It was a bi-wing. It was a cool thing. Anyway, he had strong feelings on the Tuskegee Airmen. He's he called them a word I won't say.
Oh shit.
Yeah. And he's like, those brothers, they didn't do shit. That movie's totally fake. They were the worst pilots. They didn't earn their way into the sky in the same way.
Didn't we test syphilis on them or something? I feel like the government infected the Tuskegee Airmen with diseases and did bioweapon testing on them to see what would happen or something.